If the Lord say yes, if the Lord say yes,
Hi guys! Welcome back by another Setup by God. So, before we start, what we know? I bet I know Jesus. Hey, He gonna take care of me. I bet I know Jesus. Hey, He gonna take care of me. I bet I know Jesus. Hey, He gonna take care of me. I bet I know Jesus. Hey, He gonna take care of me. I bet I know Jesus. Hey, He gonna take care of me. I bet I know Jesus. Hey, He gonna take care of me. I bet I know Jesus. Hey, He gonna take care of me. I bet I know Jesus. Hey, He gonna take care of me. I bet I know Jesus. Hey, He gonna take care of me. I bet I know Jesus. Hey, He gonna take care of me. So, so basically, we remember how we talked about when we didn't really get to go on that many visits because we it was always something about like a holiday, because our foster mom always wanted to like go out on holidays, so we didn't really have a choice to go. So,
but actually we did, but it was just like she made it, everything that we like did, she made a hard choice with it, and that's the thing I didn't like, because you're not supposed to make a child feel pressured about something that they do or don't want to do, and then turn around and say, well, you have this option or you just have this option, which is the good option or the bad option. But for me, I don't like when people do that, because that really bothers me a lot.
so well, we had to wait to see them when they came for the visit, because we had to wait till right after they were coming back from I guess y'all was out of town or something.
Yeah.
And so we had to wait for them to come back. When they came back, that's when we started the visit again. Yeah, and everything we did as far as the the visits and stuff, even though we would go out of town and stuff, they'll make the visits longer, but it still won't be enough time.
Or if we had one out of town, just like on Easter, or if we went out of town, one of the other foster kids would make it worse for us, because every time they did something, we all had to go through that thing and, get...
Oh, and like another thing I didn't like is that when one person does something, everybody get yelled at or everybody gets in trouble at the foster home. That's one thing I didn't like, because, I don't like being punished for the people, so. Especially for other kids that we don't even know.
So, when I came, well, when I came back from the visit, and like, what happened that y'all was getting blamed for?
It was like, okay, when we were at out of town, one of the foster kids ran away. So twice, and we got blamed for it because apparently we were supposed to be watching over.
We weren't supposed to be watching over. She was older than us. She was 17.
Apparently, we were supposed to just notify when she was gone.
We were getting ready to go to the water park because we were in Orlando, and we were in this hotel resort, and there was a water park that we went to, but see, the issue was she was already starting stuff with our foster mom before we even went out there. So before, she said no, and everybody was mad at her because she's the reason why our foster mom said no, we couldn't go to the water park, even though she was the one who had said stuff to make her mad. But after that, like after a while, she had said, okay, well, y'all can go, but I was mad because I felt like she should never let her go back and let her go outside. Because the first time she went out there, she was out here going around flirting with people that she didn't even know, that she literally just met and stuff. And she was one of them type of people. And but that's the first reason why she said no. And the second time I got mad was because it was dumb to let her go back out there because we already knew how she was, because she went back out there and she was just showing out. She went over the top. We was looking for her for like 2 hours. And then cops had to be called in Orlando, by the way. Then the second time, I guess she was just trying to make another scene. It was like 8 o'clock in the night. And she was trying to make a big scene, so she ran away again, talking about so she just needed to cool off, but she didn't tell nobody that. She just walked out of there. So she was on the phone with somebody. Then she got mad at them, and she threw the phone on the bed, threw our foster mom's phone on the bed, and she was on the bed, and she threw the biggest, like, temper tantrum, and she just left without even saying why. She just left, and I don't know. I feel like that was kind of dumb, but it's crazy how she was older than us, and she was acting like she was the youngest out of all of us. But even the youngest one, the youngest foster child that was there, she was 11. She didn't act like that every 5 seconds. She acted spoiled, is the thing, because she was spoiled, and I guess she felt that nobody can touch her, and the other foster child was the same way, so they felt like they were untouchable and stuff like that, but they were not. I mean, how you gonna walk over an adult? That doesn't make sense. And then I hate when she would say, "Oh, I'm 17, I can do this and that." Like, that would get on my nerves too, because you bragging about you're older, but you don't act like you're older. That's the thing that would get under my skin a lot. You'll be bragging about you this years old, and you don't do responsibilities that you're supposed to do as a teenager and as our, okay, so I hate to say this, but our older sister, she's way more mature than she is, and like every 5 seconds, every time the situation was about boys, she would go on, and she would run away. Like, that doesn't make any sense. You can't do things in life for a man, especially if you just met these people. Like, come on now. That's why it takes time to do stuff. Like, she just be trying to rush into relationships, and every time she break up with somebody, she try to get with somebody else, and then when they break her heart, she want to get another person, and then she always introducing us to a new guy every day. And that's what, no.
Well, when y'all came back, how did y'all feel then? when y'all got back from was it Atlanta?
When we got back,
Out of town.
when we got back from out of town, it was just it just went back to the same old schedule. Like nothing changed. We still had to go on certain things, and it was, to me, it was aggravating. So that's why I just, that's why I went out my business. That's why I just went on and out my way and stuff like that after we got home. Because, I mean, when we got back, we was already annoyed because we've been in the car for like how many hours with our foster mom. She was giving us problems ever since. Once it was about when we didn't want to eat, and she was like, well, y'all better eat those sandwiches that I made and stuff like that. I'm like, well, if we're not hungry right now. You can't force feed us. Mm-hmm. So, and then she would be yelling across the car while we've been trying to sleep. Like, it was just chaotic. To and from. Because she got, okay, so when we were getting ready to leave and go back home, it was a long drive. So, she left, I'm guessing she had left something back at that hotel, so she had to turn all the way back around, and that's what made the drive even longer because she turned around, and I'm like, okay, well, that took forever. She said something she was looking for, I forgot. I guess it was something important because she went back there. But after that, when we had got back, I just went back and I just went on and got my same schedule, went in my room and didn't even worry about anything else but myself.
Well, if y'all want to find out what happened next,
you guys gotta stay tuned and come back.
Before you leave, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn that bell.
And as always, we're gonna end this with a prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for giving us for blessing us with everything that you have blessed us with. We thank you for being that promise keeper, and we thank you for giving us the hope and strength that you have always held us high with. And thank you for keeping us in high spirits of any situation, whether it was good or bad. And we thank you for the trials and errors, because we know with you, Lord, that we'll get so many no's, but it'll take one yes.
we thank you for watching over us, and we thank you for being there for us whenever we need you, God, and for allowing us to be able to be a blessing and an inspiration to other people. And we thank you for using us to be able to just, wherever people's going through stuff, just to, share stuff with them, to be able to talk to them and tell them that you will always make a way. We thank you for giving us a roof over our heads. We thank you for allowing us to be able to see. We thank you for allowing us to be able to hear. And we just thank you for being able to do so many things that you have gifted us with.
Thank you for allowing us to wake up and see all of our loved ones, and thank you for using us as blessings for other people and using other people's blessings for us. Thank you for allowing us to see another day as we wake up and praise you. And thank you for all the testimonies that we've been through, because we know without the bad there'll be no good.
These are prayers and prayers that we're asking your son. In Jesus' name we do pray.
Amen.
So, what we go?
I bet I know Jesus, hey, he gonna take care of me. I bet I know Jesus, He gon' take care of me. Bye.